Hi, my name is SJ, and I'm just feeling compelled to come and make this video and just say hello to you. Like you, I'm a person. Like you, I'm a human, and I'm living in this world which is kind of crazy, a little bit wacky, and yet it's the world we live in. And I'm also working these days, at the moment, as a PE teacher. Okay, this is my shirt, my uniform, my whistle. And, it's really interesting being a PE teacher because it's a little bit like being a substitute. They don't have you all the time. They push your buttons and they want to see what they can get away with. And sometimes, actually all the time, you get to play. But it's interesting because I notice some children who come out and they're just ready to go. They want to play. And then I see some who just want to complain. They want to whine. It's either too hot, it's too sunny, it's too, no, not cold. I live in Hawaii. But too something. This isn't a game that I like. I want to play that game. Just something they can complain about. And yet, there's one or two students who show up, cooperate, try their best. Sometimes they succeed doing whatever the task is. Sometimes they don't, but they keep trying. And I notice in their attitude, it's just beautiful. And as a teacher, of course, it's so much more fun to work with students who are cooperative because it's more fun. We get more done. I have my lesson plan. I literally come with a clipboard. I've planned out what we're going to do. I have a goal. And at the same time, I've also learned to be fluid and to flow with it because sometimes some things just don't work. I remember once a fifth grader said, "We're not in kindergarten." And I had them spaced so they were really, really close passing a basketball. And it's like, hello, yes, you're right. Thank you. You're not in kindergarten. You can get further apart. But I just wanted to talk a little bit about how we choose how we live. It's our choice how we live. There are so many things outside of our control. So many things. Politics very often is outside of our control. All right, it's outside of our control. All kinds of things are outside of our control. And yet they're still there. And yet they still exist. But what we can control is ourselves. I can choose to take a deep breath and then call that child over or go to that child and call them out on some behavior. Or I could choose to yell. And I've done both. And it's so much better to not yell, to just go over and respond to that child. And yet, what's prompting me to talk today is as I observe these children, some of them blow me away with their kindness, with their absolute kindness. Just last week, this boy who I think was in 4th grade, it's not that he changed the grade, it's because I forget, but I think he's in 4th grade. Really, really, really good basketball player, and he was so excited we were going to do something with basketball. Well, I'm dividing the kids into groups the best I can to make it as even as I can so that someone who's really new to basketball doesn't get discouraged and still can have fun. This young man, because he really was more of a young man than a boy, volunteered to go with a particular group. When he was playing with this particular group, they were kind of uncomfortable. You could tell they hadn't played basketball much. He made sure and passed the ball to every one of them. They all got a chance. That very same boy could have been like other children and complained that their team was no good. You get the picture. But he chose not to. And because he chose to be that way, the rest of the children had fun. And they also were learning. So I bring this to the table. And this is my antique table that my mom got for me years ago that I love. But I bring this to the table because where in your life are you showing up and just complaining? Complaining about the politics, complaining about gas prices, complaining about whatever, okay? Where in your life are you doing that? And what would it look like in your life and mine? I'm holding the mirror up to me. Where would it look like in my life? Instead of complaining, be like, okay, that's how it is. This is how politics is right now. But I'm going to put my attention on something that I can do to help make the world a better place. I'm going to put my attention on, maybe you have a neighbor who lives alone, who's kind of lonely. Maybe you have a neighbor you can go visit. Maybe you have a neighbor who has trouble getting to the store. Maybe you can go grocery shopping for that neighbor. Maybe you have more of something that you really just don't need, okay? Face it, we all do it. Go through your closet, go through your pantry. Are there things that you just have so much of that you're saving for some rainy day? Well, believe it or not, there's some people out there in the world who are having rainy days right now. And they could use whatever it is you've been hoarding. Face it, that's what it is. We all hoard. There's enough for everybody, especially when we share. So I don't know if I really have a theme per se, because I'm talking off the top of my head. But I am also speaking from my heart. I'm speaking from my heart because I don't know about you, but I know about me. And I came here to live on this planet Earth to make a difference. To be the person that I really, really am. And the person that I really am loves you exactly like you are. Warts and all, everything. And I know what I can do is I can smile at you and I can say hello. And I can offer to open the door for you. And I can offer to carry some bags. There's so many things we can do that may seem so small. Those are the biggest. Those have the most impact on someone's life. So number 1, thank you for watching this video. Number 2, please know that I love you. I love you with all my heart because I see who you are. And number 3, check in with yourself right now. Think about what you can do to help make the world a better place. Not complain about the state of the world. The world is how the world is. But look at what you can do right now. Look at how you could smile right now. And I'm not talking about a fake smile. What's that thing that you like to do and you get lost in time? You've completely lost in time. For me, what is it? For me, it's being my cousin, playing S.J. Daisy. I get lost in time. I can be her forever. I can read to children forever. I can play with children forever. But honestly, I like to play with the children who want to play, who are not complainers, who are not whiners. They are fun to be with. It's the same thing for us adults. Don't we all want to play with the people who are not complainers, not whiners, who are willing to jump in and just have a go? So, SJ here at my table, reminding you of all that you've come here to do, your potential, and how the smallest thing that you can do for somebody will be the biggest thing you've probably ever done. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you again sometime. Aloha.